The orange line is where we are today. So roughly, investors are paying about 100 times revenue for the infrastructure, and Ethereum really brings that number down. And they're paying about half of that for applications, right? The difference was almost 100x at one point. Now it's just 2x. And I think, as kind of the growth and economics of the apps get better, and it partly is because of there's way for value accrual and the business models work, that the gap will probably shrink, right? But looking back at the previous chart, you put these things two together, you can kind of come to the conclusion that at some point this whole meta is probably unsustainable, right? Eventually, we need to build apps to justify why the infrastructure is worth so much, right? A lot of time, all the investors, myself included, we're investing in infrastructure on the belief that someday in the future that the apps will be worth a lot. There'll be a lot of activity, right? So a lot of the demand and a lot of the prices were pulled forward, right? So my thinking is that a lot of the capital and attention will flow to apps, and my bet is that it will be on TON specifically, and I think it will be very sudden when that comes. And here are some reasons why, right? So I'm going to spend some time talk about why I think how TON and Telegram fits into this whole puzzle, and why it's interesting, right? So obviously you guys know all this number, right? So this industry needs distribution. We all know that. And I think Telegram is the fastest way you can get it, right? It's the fastest bridge. And there's a few reasons. I mean, you guys probably seen this like 50 times, right? So today, the few things that are interesting is like you look at the top apps, right, that are here. They're mostly U.S. or Chinese-owned apps, right? And all of these guys, in some way, shape, and form, kind of tried crypto out, and the government basically said no, right? So in some ways, Telegram is the only kind of politically neutral platform that can actually do something in crypto, right? And obviously, it has a ton of users. I don't need to repeat these numbers. So I think the second part is all of crypto is basically already on Telegram, right? All of you guys here in crypto, I bet 99% of you have Telegram, right? So all the initial users, there's a huge set of overlap, right? All the whales that we're talking about earlier, they're all on Telegram. So, and you put these things together, right, with the fact that like chat apps are some of the best, kind of like, they're almost like your home screen, right? In the sense of this is where you drive your activity. It's very high frequently used apps, right? So I believe, if we enable mini apps or crypto powered, that we have a really good shot at bringing crypto to the masses. And now I want to talk a little bit about what Telegram and TON is doing specifically, right? What's happening in this ecosystem. I think many of you guys are crypto native. I think it's important to highlight a few things of what they're not doing, right? I think that's just equally as important. So normally when you think about like old businesses going to new businesses, they try to copy and paste things. That generally never works, right? So you can't really say, okay, there's internet now, I'm going to mail DVDs, right? That's not what actually end up winning, right? The thing that usually ends up winning is the thing that has some sort of emergent native behavior, right? You have to be able to do things that like you're like, wow, like I can't do this with the old platform, right? It's a new business model. So I think a big shout out to what the TON teams have done is like, Telegram could have forced a bunch of stuff top down, right? But they didn't do that. For the last 2 years, they built all the infra, right? They built things like wallets, they built the App Store, they built a ton of things that allow people to build, right? So now there's good on-ramps, there's good dev tooling. So they basically gave all the tools for people to build instead of forcing some sort of top-down innovation, which I think is very important. And the second thing is, if you look at what's happened in crypto, right? How all the layer ones went to market. Most of what happened was that they got an Ethereum compatible version and the EVM compatible version. They copied and pasted all the apps on Ethereum to their own ecosystem, and they started throwing money at them, right? And then they're like, oh, look at the user numbers, right? So that's basically the go-to-market for all the L1s in crypto, which works to some degrees. I think Telegram realized and Ton realized, okay, our users are very different, right? There's actual real users here. There's not just traders and whales. There's real users in Telegram, and that's a different set of end user than kind of your traders and whales on the other L1s. So you have to take a different approach, right? So I think if you look at how incentives are being given out and how growth has been done, it's generally been, I think this ecosystem have done it in a very conservative, measured way, right? So what I'm seeing is, again, all the tools are built by the community, especially by Andrew and the team. That a lot of the problems in crypto is being solved here, like the UX problem, the onboarding problem. There's even identity kind of on there, right? We know much of crypto is Sybil attacks and farming. So you have all the very basic problem being solved here. And for being in crypto for so long, this is kind of the best thing I've seen in terms of something having a shot at getting to 100 million users. So we've largely solved much of the distribution problem. And then one of the coolest things I think about this ecosystem is that if you go to the Tom Foundation for grants, they'll give you a lot of help, but they'll actually give you real distribution power, right? They'll give you, for example, grants in terms of ad dollars on Telegram, right? So they actually help you get real users. So, overall, they've been doing this for 2 years. It takes a long time to build an ecosystem. That's why the wallet users are very much hockey stick. And it takes a long time to build new users, right? So we're seeing kind of the first batch of success, right? In some of the, if you go to the App Center, right? And what I'm hearing from other builders is that, wow, like these guys, some of these guys are having actual success, and they're making a ton of money. So it seems very obvious to me that a lot of users I'm talking to are instantly trying to come here because they're seeing the success of the previous batch, and I think the space is going to get really competitive, right? So I think we're at the point where the first 2 years was, okay, we built the infrastructure, we're building some proof of concept things, and I think we're at the stage where everything's on, all the infrastructure is ready on Telegram, and we're about to see a gold rush stage. So, that's kind of where I see where we are today, and this is basically my ramblings as investor. I believe we have a few panelists there, my fellow investors, who I'm going to ask some questions about that will share more insights. So maybe we can welcome everyone else on the stage.
Okay, thank you.看来大家刚刚对于我们这位嘉宾的分享，应该是都有了一定的了解。那接下来如果还有任何的话题想要继续交流的话，欢迎和 Kevin 来深度交流。那么接下来环节呢，我们会来到今天下午的这个圆桌的会议环节，一起来听嘉宾们聊聊关于 TON 生态的理解和对创业者的一些。
Have some experts to come to talk about for entrepreneurs what kind of expectations they have.
Next, let's invite Xiao Xiao, the partner of Hashkey Capital, and Jason, founder of Folius Ventures, and Isa, investment director of Maxi Ventures.
Am I in the middle? Okay, I'll go to the end. Hello, guys. Good to meet you all. Are we missing one or? Oh, actually, no. We have one.
大家好啊，是不是人都到了？可能我们先介绍一下大家的背景，好吧？先从 Jason 这边开始，先介绍一下你自己的背景啊，你是谁，你做什么，然后我们就。
Hi, I'm Jason from Folius Ventures. We are a APAC-focused hybrid fund. We've been around since September of 2021. And I think most people know us through our two consumer application investments.
Which two?
We did a little app called Steppen. We led it with Sequoia, India. And if you bought the shoes after April, I'm sorry, of 2022. And we currently led an investment in Matrix Fire, which is doing esports games out there. I encourage you to check it out.
My turn?
Yes, of course.
Hi guys, my name is Isa. I'm with MEXC Ventures. You can tell by our name that we are the investment arm of MEXC Global Exchange. Myself is mainly working on build strategic partnership with major layer 1 and layer 2 ecosystem like Tongchain. Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Xiao and I'm from Hashkey Capital. So we are the investment arm of the whole Hashkey group, and we've done a lot of crypto investment and blockchain investment during the past maybe 8 to 9 years. Yeah, so basically we can invest in everything related to blockchain and crypto, including infra, middle layer, or applications. Yeah.
Awesome. Maybe, Shao, we start with you. I heard you guys hosted a boot camp for TON. I'm curious, kind of, from your perspective, what are the early stage interesting things that you see people are experimenting with?
I've seen a lot of interesting things. Actually, the number of startups in the bootcamp is very limited. But outside the bootcamp, we also see a lot of like innovative things, especially something like Telegram bot or like Telegram native social apps, including like social trading or maybe community management, some tools like this. I think this can bring a brand new experience for crypto users, especially, everybody knows that crypto users use Telegram at the same time they trade. So those two combined very perfectly together. And except for the trading bots, we also see some very helpful tools, for example, like no-code platform for dApp developers. So they don't need to understand the blockchain. They only need to build a dApp via several clicks, maybe. And also some other innovative things like forecast market, or maybe on-chain games as well. So there is a lot of like innovations, I suppose. Yeah.
Awesome. Maybe as a follow-up, sorry, it's like when you're talking to these builders, like why do you think they're coming to TON, or what did they tell you? Like.
The biggest purpose for them coming to TON is to acquire users, I would say. Yeah.
That's true. There's not many in crypto yet. Awesome, thank you. And then maybe we speak to Issa for a second. So I know MEXC is a large investor in many of the TON ecosystem projects. And from your portfolio of things you've invested, what are you most excited about? From I think you guys have been involved in TON for like almost 2 years, right? 1 to 2 years.
Yeah, I started to research on TON back to like 1.5 years ago. Yeah, when Durov participated in the development of Fragment, which can, which a platform that for user who can trade virtual numbers of TON. Yeah, and we are the investor of many projects who natively build on TON, like Plutos, the developer of the current most popular game on TON, Catizen, and PlayDAC, the gaming platform. Also, TONUP, the by far most successful launchpad on TON. If I have to pick one, I would like to say Plutos, because they have like more product in their pipeline.
Don't shill it yet, because we haven't done the deal yet.
Really? Yeah, that's super cool. And yeah, and we are definitely looking forward to talk with more startups and builders who's interested to explore more opportunities on Tong and acquire users from Telegram.
Talking about gaming, Jason, I think you're also an investor in Plutos, or you guys are working with them.
We're looking very closely, yes.
Yeah, so you're probably well, one of the most well-known kind of game investors, especially in Asia. What's
Not sure if in a good way, but sure.
you know, what do you think about gaming and Ton?
I think that episode hasn't really started yet. I think what Ton looks like today, and by the way, I had a very long history of investing in stocks. I remember when WeChat first came out in China, a long time ago. It was just a messaging app, and then at some point it started having like this timeline where you can start posting pictures about your life, and people can like and comment and whatnot. And then one day it started having these mini programs where you can actually play games or follow an author with publicly publicized articles. And then that's when it clicked for everybody who invested in Tencent, which is, oh my God, like this is kind of how they monetize a messaging app. I think this is kind of what you see in Ton today, except we're probably going to see a redux of what WeChat executed, which is this potential app store of many, many things using the core infrastructure of Web3 value transfer rails that the Ton Foundation had built to rapidly monetize sort of their captive, 200-300 million daily active users that are on the platform. And I think we're just at the first episode of it because the groundwork hasn't really been laid until late last year, early this year. And I think for a lot of the Chinese developers out there, because we focus on APAC founders who are coming out, I think there are maybe 15 to 20 million of you, especially out there, who are thinking about the space, looking at different ecosystems. I sort of feel like Ton is a really interesting place to be because there are no other blockchain currently can I don't know. It sort of feels like when you're really trying to do this rapid iteration to consumer sizable DAU type distribution. In many other blockchains, it's kind of, you have to silo your approach. You have to break down the crypto natives, and then once you fully penetrate them, you go for this IG, TikTok, kind of bombastment. But in Telegram, everything is kind of encapsulated into one. You have this crypto native plus Web2 strategy all in day one, and the infrastructure is filling out for you. You don't have to rebuild your wallet. You don't have to rebuild your indexer. And the feedback I get from developers is that, well, oh my God, like, the messaging and the API that Ton allow you to do is so much more flexible than what is allowed in WhatsApp, than what's allowed in WeChat. So if I want to do like crazy monetization referral type schemes, I can actually run it on Ton. So couple that with an extremely sort of monetizable emerging market and frontier market base, I think it's like potentially very, very attractive for a lot of folks I know in Shenzhen and Shanghai and Chengdu of China. That's a long-winded, answer to your question.
Okay. Have you maybe to all of you guys, have you guys played any of the games on Ton yet, or what do you guys think?
I played this like little thing where you like, press your arrow left and right to climb up a tree.
Okay.
But I would think that something like that, where, and by the way, this is really interesting because you can spin up something that's H5 on Ton in like 4 days if you're an experienced team in Tencent. Most of the products are probably 80 to 90% done. You could really add a few lines of code to make it Ton sort of enabled. And you can immediately start monetizing through the proven sort of, I gotta phrase it carefully here, referral scheme that would really, put it on a hyper growth path. I think if the infrastructure gets a little better, we're going to see a bunch of these little games and mini games coming out on the platform. And I don't know, I look forward to playing more of them that hits my interest.
Awesome.
Well, I haven't played any game on Telegram, but I've experienced some of the mini apps. I suppose the user experience is just like H5 on WeChat. So as a Chinese, I'm quite familiar with that. But, and also I tried those like payment or referral program like bot on Telegram. So it's really, you don't need to feel anything about blockchain, and it's really like a seamless experience. Yeah.
Please try Katizen after this panel.
Okay.
I would add to that too, which is unlike many of the Web3 apps you see out there, you know, if they're on your phone, when it comes to a payment, either you have to hop off to MetaMask, or you have to, if it's like a product, you have to do multi-hops outside of the app to execute any type of transaction. Whereby, I think the more interesting thing is that if it's an H5 game within like Telegram, it's an in-message embedded link. You click on it, you don't have to jump out of Telegram. It directly pops up, take up 90% of the screen. You start executing whatever you want to do with the game. And when you try to pay, it like loads up at the bottom and you pay right away. I think, by the way, every step along the way of onboarding to a game to ultimate payment, if you're like anywhere else, it's like a 95% drop rate of retention. Whereby if you lift that to 50% or even 75%, dude, it's a massive bump in ARPU and retention for most of these products. So I thought that's just really, it's really good for a consumer application, I think.
Awesome. You guys are talking about WeChat a lot, and you know, obviously we're all WeChat users. What are the things that you think TON, you know, I guess in the final version of its products, it could do better, right? Obviously, there's crypto involved. It's, you know, it's Telegram's different than WeChat. Like, you know, what's the opportunity if you were to compare it with WeChat? It's a very open question, but yeah.
I think Telegram is the biggest difference between Telegram and WeChat is that Telegram is very crypto native. So you don't need to do any like education in a Telegram community. Those are already like crypto traders or like participants for some early stage project. So it will save a lot of time to build like Web3 applications on that. Also save some time acquiring new users, either converting from Telegram to TON or maybe convert some other like non-Telegram users into Telegram ecosystem. So that, I think that could be the biggest difference. And also, TON is also unique compared to other chains. Like because we always talk about the converge of Web 2 and Web 3, but I think Telegram or maybe TON is like Web 2.5 natively. So you can like combine the advantage of both Web 3, Web 2, for example, the user experience, and the Web 3, for example, like data sovereign or self-sovereign asset. Yeah.
I want to add on that. I mean, comparing to WeChat, Telegram definitely have more opportunity to access to, you know, the crypto community and have more chance to be decentralized. As far as I know, Telegram account system it's already integrated to TON chain, which means you can sign up for a Telegram account by your virtual number linked to your TON wallet. Yeah. And just as Xiao said, TON is closely integrated to Telegram, and it has a non-custodial wallet, which you can withdraw and deposit crypto asset. Yeah, that's bringing more opportunity to game builders and social fi builders.
What I want them to do is challenging because Apple and Google might not be very happy with it. I think if you look at the current form factor, it's really just chat. There are like three tabs. It's your contact, it's your chat, and it's your setting. It will be quite ideal if they have another like app column where you start having like an app store type thing. You can start directly selling advertisement slots of the hottest things that are out there. Except it's basically an app store within an app, and Apple is going to just come crush you. Very difficult, so they went about this roundabout way of kind of doing it, embedding it within messages. Not easy. Another thing I thought, if it's easy to do, is a very natively simple wallet on and off ramp system. Literally put in your credit card, but again, a very, very interesting, difficult challenge because it's natively crypto.
You could do this, by the way. I think it's peer-to-peer, but you could do it.
Okay, it's doable now?
It's doable now,
oh,
yeah.
great. So
yeah, I tried it, yeah, I tried it.
I need to get a non-US number. So
Yes.
and I think there are a lot of social features beyond just like, there are certain things they could attempt with, such as live streaming, such as moments, such as like 公众号. I don't know how you like you gotta, and I think once you have those things all combined, it becomes a very, very powerful final form.
Going back to your suggestion on kind of the mini app stuff, how did WeChat get around it?
How does WeChat what?
How did WeChat get around it with Apple? Maybe it's my.
See that's a question beyond my pay grade. We might need to talk to somebody at Tencent.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe there's a way. And then on your point of what you'd like to see, let's go down that path a little bit. Maybe for Xiao and Yisa, what would you guys like to see? Like, what can TON do better?
See in.
Yeah, just like what would you like to see the TON Foundation or the ecosystem do? Like, what could they do better?
Well, because I seen a lot of noise in this ecosystem, so maybe a suggestion for the foundation that they have the responsibility to identify which ones are the projects who have more potential or maybe closer relationship with TON Foundation and Telegram, so that or maybe they can put some disclosure that who are they really partnering with, or who are they really supporting. So that might be helpful for the community to tell which one is more legit, like which step is more legit. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we were saying is maybe in the apps, have some sort of approval process in the App Store. So there's some filtering.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so maybe they can put something like authorization process for those apps who want to be listed on the App Store or listed on the distribution channel. Yeah.
I think right now it's popularity based. If you have enough users, you just get tossed on there. So.
Or maybe not. Maybe it's not best to approve it. It's more like anybody can put something on it, but when it's vetted, you get like a little checkbox sign. So yeah. I don't think you want to gate what goes on there.
That's fair. Issa, maybe? What do you think? What can this ecosystem do better?
I think they are already doing really great at user onboard. But I do think they they can have like more education program, more hacker house and hackathon to onboard more builder and bring more applications for TON user.
Yeah, I do think relative to the other ecosystems, the TON community makes, I would say, less noise. So that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. And Jason, anything to add other than your earlier comments?
I think there are two things. I actually resonate with Issa's sort of developer relation comment, which is there are, like I said before, there are maybe 15 to 20 million, like Chinese. There are more if you're looking at India or Japan or Korea, developers who could be coming to Web3, and maybe a small subset of them do because of many constraints. Many of them are excellent, to C app developers. And there are ways to really reach them through BD efforts. I think hackathon is a good idea. I think bringing on more people almost like a special ops dev relationship team, and really sort of target these large tech companies and kind of really try to grab these people, telling them about what Ton can do through distribution. If they just kind of bring on a 50 to 100 man team and doing these efforts in various places, it could make a big difference. And the other one, just the last bit, is it's hard to do, but a bit more transparency on various parts on how things are related could be quite helpful to investors.
Yeah, I think these are fair comments. I think we're probably out of time, but if we can probably answer some questions if anyone has any, or maybe we're not allowed. Okay. We're good? Okay. I guess we're out of time. Thank you guys for sharing your insights and for answering my questions.
Thank you, Kevin.
Happy to.
Thank you.
OK，Thank you，非常非常谢谢四位嘉宾带来了营养价值成分非常高的一场讨论，值得大家好好的消化和整理。那么接下来的时间呢，又来了大家非常非常喜欢的环节，那要请
Need to take some time to digest. All right, so next we have one of our most popular guy, Zhang, to airdrop the last round of red pockets to everyone here. So if you just enter our meeting and you haven't actually got a chance to download Telegram, please download Telegram. All right, and this is the last round for me to airdrop the red pockets. Okay, so get into Telegram and enter our group chat. All right, so this is a red pocket that you cannot collect if you're not in the group chat. So please enter our group chat. I hope everyone here will be able to collect a red pocket. Okay, this is the last round, so I'm gonna give you the largest quantity of red pockets with the highest per unit. Okay, per unit red pocket. I will issue I'll drop 200 red pockets, and each one containing 500 Hong coins. All right, are you ready? Raise up your hand if you're ready. You're all in the chat group. 3, 2, 2. Okay, let me count down. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see if you can collect a red pocket. Okay, if you have collected a red pocket, please raise up your hand. Wow, this is very smooth. I've also got a Tong coin red pocket. Okay, thank you very much. And don't go away, we have very wonderful speeches waiting for us. And thank you very much, our airdrop officer, for giving us great sharings. Next, we're going to share about Ton's development and ecosystem building. Next, we have Howard, who is the DevRel Asian head of Ton Foundation. He's going to talk about the smart contract and Telegram mini apps in Ton.
Hello, 大家好，我是 Howard。
My name is Howard. I am a developer relationship officer in Ton Foundation. So I'll take 10 minutes of your time to help you understand why every one of you here should come to our ecosystem to develop. So this is a 2024 Q1's ecosystem. You can see that there are countless projects, whether it's wallet or DEXs, tracks or stacking projects. So if you use any of those projects, I believe you should have pretty good return already. I believe that we have gone through a very interesting journey together. And don't forget, we have many very exciting news to announce in the next month or so. So please stay tuned. Next point, we would like to talk about relationship for the developers. We have to talk about this community if we want to talk about this topic, because from last year, August, we have already grown from 10,000 to 2024's 20,000. This is 70% increase. And also, you can see that the Mandarin community has grown from 1,300 to 4,000. This is more than double. What kind of idea is this? I don't know if any of you here are developers in this circle. Can you raise any developers here? So if your math is good, you probably should find that we have 23%. They're from the Mandarin community. So I would say that the developers and Echo are the two most important things that we pay attention to in the TON Foundation. And in 2024, we are going to aggregate our focus on in Asia. This is our very strategic direction. So if we talk about numbers, many people may ask me, why do we have such growth? I think we have 4 reasons. First, we have a very good back support Telegram, and this is a very big user base, more than 900 million. Very soon, we're going to go into 1 billion. And also, from the last few years to now, you can see that the Telegram user growth is very exciting. I don't even need to talk about it. It has been mentioned too many times today. Second, TON Foundation, we have announced a very easy to learn smart contract. And this is why I'm asking any of the developers are here today. This is announced by our foundation last year. It's called the tech language. And this is to help all the Solidity developers to have easier to learn. So I can give you an example. If you're a Solidity developer, within 1 month, you can write a smart contract that can go online. And this second season and third season, we can use the tech language to go straight into production for you. So we have a lot of countless projects in the ecosystem that are using tech language to develop. And here I'd like to share with you how we use this in the TON Foundation. It has a few advantages. You can take a photo, or you can just listen to my introduction. Basically, tech language is a very easy to learn tool. Comparing to our C language before, it's a TLB profile. Second, its protocol is a library, Solidity, and I think the most known fact is that it's a modular design. So you can use our template, and you don't need to start from scratch. Thirdly, the tech language, it can help you to generate a text script file, so for you to deploy. So this is very technical. I wouldn't give you too much information. I just give you an example. You can use your phone to scan this tech by example. This website that TON Foundation is supporting now. If you're already on the Ethereum, you can already scan to learn about the Solidity by example. So through this link, we can help you to learn from 0 to 1 to learn what a tech language is and to master this language. So here I'd like to be a little bit more pompous, a little bit self-advocate, because I'm actually the originator of NFT standards. And so within 3 minutes, you can launch an NFT to the test site. So if you have developing teams, please give them this link. They can easily learn how to develop NFT on the TON blockchain. The third point is why our ecosystem is has such great potential, can grow so exponentially. That is because we have very good many third-party partners. So famous one is Redstone, and this is one of the most famous, and also Oracle. And from January, we have already Redstone on board. Put Redstone on board. So if you're interested, you can use the QR code to learn more. And also we have official bridge, and this is official bridge. You can go to our TON.org to visit. Of course, the bridge or cross-chain is nothing that is not one one player can encompass all the usage scenes. So we are very welcoming other projects, cross-chain projects to collaborate with us. And of course, the fourth one is because of our user base. We have very good UX. And here I need to mention our mini app framework. So what is mini app? So this is a front page that you can see on the TG. If you're doing the Mandarin development, you know that we call this mini app 小程序 in Chinese. So here I put a link. You will then know how you can use some of the SDK to do fast development. So as you can see, we have a lot of UI modules you can use directly to facilitate the development experience or process for you. You can very quickly deploy your mini apps. So I give you a very simple example. Everybody knows F Wallet. This is put on our first class menu, and you can see the access there. If you haven't had F Wallet, you can come to me, and after our event, I can help you to open this freely and to help you to deploy it quickly. And the second example is our town space. This is also mini apps typical example. So you can see those windows, they all use the mini app module framework to do the development. So I wouldn't go into much details about it. So I'll give you some very practical numbers. In 2023, we launched 2,000 plus mini apps to our TR center. So you can see out of which the 500 plus projects are related to Tom blockchains. And now almost 25% more is related to Tom blockchains, built on Tom blockchains. So you can do any blockchain or any mini app in any things, but if you develop on Tom blockchains, your users will have the best user experience. That is what we want to highlight. So of course, this number in 2024 will grow again, big growth. Okay, another example is the Telegram apps. We have the TR Center. So without authorization, you can go into this center, and there are many interesting projects, the Tap Center. And one thing is the T-App Center can allow you to develop many interesting games. So for example, the Squid Games. And number 3 is the Tom Stake. This is biggest ISD project on town platform. And you can see that because it has a mini app window, you just need to click a few times. You can quickly add values to the camp point and on this mini app. So just very easy to use with an easy installation. Another case study is the Knock Point. Knock Point, if you just missed the last presentation, Knock Point is one of our biggest user mini app. So if you have not tested it, we are going to go into the next stage. That means we're going to airdrop tokens very quickly. So please come to get those mini app tokens. So do not miss any of those interesting information. So finally, I'd like to share a golden triangle. Tom Foundation is committed to have more users to use the app on chain. So just now we introduced Tom blockchain, Telegram, and wallpaper. I think Telegram can help us to create more opportunities for users to come into a Web3 world. We know that all these stories are very important because with this, we are able to increase the users by tenfold. And that means we can have a much bigger user base to have much bigger internet effect. So I think if you're on the T-App is borderless. You can imagine a small program on WeChat, if it's on Web3, it's going to be a borderless Web3 and the borderless window. So at the end, I'd like to give you a sentence, a few words, because we always believe that we're still early and we have many more rooms to grow. So I welcome you to join us, join our community, and work with us in this Tom ecosystem. Thank you. Thank you, Howard, for sharing. Even if we have a lot of shouldering a lot of responsibilities, we still have to move forward. And the next session will be a sharing session. We know that we're always giving people a lot of expectations, and we hope that one day everybody can have its own self ID. And because of the usage threshold, so it's very hard to be on board. So the next session we will have the society director and Tim will introduce the
Okay, thank you, Howard, for that wonderful presentation. My name is Ekin Tuna. I'm the director of TON Society, and I will be here today talking about global reputation system for the entire TON community with Dr. Zhang. So a little bit of our backgrounds. Myself, working in 10 years in crypto with multiple layer ones, and also coming from a crypto analytics background. And Dr. Zhang is a reputed and known researcher in the field of AI. So let me set up a little bit of a context here. And I want to do this because it's important that we put TON Society into the right context. So Telegram has a framework for developing mini apps in a very convenient way that allows developers to connect to the community in a super fast way. And since 2016, the TON Foundation has been building a TON integration that allows for easy crypto railway for all these Telegram mini app developers. And of course, the upside here is that the user base is very large, such that there's even more than 900 million active users now in Telegram. And what is TON Society? TON Society is a builder community that connects builders to the TON community. We organize different kinds of activities, such as hackathons, events, and hacker houses. And we are also building a global reputation system. This global reputation system is built on Web3 primitives, ensuring privacy, scalability, and transparency for all the users. Here's some pictures from our events, actually. So, as said, we organize more than 40 different events every month. About 25 of them are live events and 15 are online events. Our participants get a badge for participating, like you just saw actually after the previous presentation. And by participating on our events, you generate a profile of somebody who goes into these live meetings. We recently released our own application. So in our application, we aggregate different events and activities from the TON community. So it's not only about TON Society events or even TON Foundation events, but it's about the events that are brought and made by the actual TON builders and TON community. In the application, the users have their own profile. So very simply, by connecting your TON wallet, you will be able to generate the profile. And you can augment it with other kinds of information, like your Telegram handle, or your bio, or anything else. And how this reputation system then is built is through the SBTs. SBT stands for soulbound token, and that means a non-transferable asset in your TON wallet. These assets are then displayed in your profile, and other users can go and see what kind of activities you have participated in and what is your profile. This facilitates trust and transparency within the TON community between the users, because it's always possible to check who you are actually dealing with, what is their handle, and what is their background and history. And for those who are concerned about privacy aspects here, I want to highlight that it's possible to have multiple online profiles. So you can always, connect a new Telegram wallet, unlinking the previous data, meaning that, for the first time, you can have a profile that you own and you control, nobody else, because all of this data is in the blockchain. And you can have multiple profiles at the same time focusing on different things. And this allows different developers who have incentive schemes to target you as a user that is a relevant user for them. But, and here's the big but. So we found an issue. The issue here is that there are non-real users that farm different incentive campaigns. Sometimes in our events, we, for example, have 60,000 participants, even though we know that there's only 300 in the audience. This happens because people share the links to get these SPTs. So we are looking into finding ways to augment this profile with some sort of a proof that you are actually a real person. Some of these ways are CAPTCHAs, which are known from Web2 internet very much, but they're not very effective actually in what we're trying to achieve here. So something new is required. And there are multiple ways of doing it. Everybody knows KYC, and many people know fingerprinting, like through a biometric fingerprint. But what in this presentation we're going to be presenting with Dr. Zhang is a new way, which is a proof of palm. So I want to invite Dr. Zhang to the stage and explain much more about that. Let's give a big hand to Dr. Zhang.
Can you hear me? Okay, great. What is human code? Human code is a solution of proof of human. The importance of this problem has been talked about by Sam Altman, Elon Musk many times. So they have the problem, we have the solution. I think human code is the best solution for this problem. So this is a snapshot of our system. It works like this. Use your mobile phone. Use your back camera, like this. Okay? So we use the back camera because we never want to show your face. Then we ask the person to move the palm. And then 2 dots displayed. One blue, one red. This is the secret of our algorithm. And these 2 dots were displayed randomly. Then we ask the person to connect these 2 dots. If the 2 dots connected, the verification success. It's proof it's a real person. So you can see our system is a combination of biometric and gesture recognition. We strongly believe this combination is a very secure and a very reliable solution for proof of human. Why? The secret is randomness. Randomness is the key. We display these 2 dots, the red one and green one, randomly, each time, different positions, which means if you use any recorded video, you can't predict which position. So our system can never attacked by pre-recorded video. So I hope you understand the beauty of this design. We introduce this randomness into our system. This randomness guarantee our system is very safe, very reliable. 这样吧，我用中文解释一遍啊，确保大家能听懂。我们这个系统是结合了生物特征和手势识别的。大家知道，手是人体最灵活的器官，我们可以用手做出各种各样的手势。我们可以做一个这样的手势，啊，我们也可以做一个这样的手势，啊，我们也可以做一个这样的手势，啊，那我们用这2个点，随机的2个点，可以让用户做出各种手势。这手势的组合是无穷尽的，所以这种随机性保证了我们的系统不能够被任何事先录制好的视频给攻克。那人脸为什么就不能这么做呢？那大家觉得这人脸最多让你是左转、右转、上下，啊，我不可能把一只眼睛移到另外一边，对不对？所以这种 randomness 保证了我们这个系统是非常安全的。Okay, so another layer of safety of this system is because of palm data itself. We all know there are so many face images in internet. If somebody wants to fake me, he can find my image in internet. Use AI deepfake technique, we can fake anybody's face. But the palm image in internet is very rare. It's impossible to fake palm. So let's move to privacy, which is so important for Web3 users. We are very, very care about privacy. So if we are not private, we can't have collaboration with Telegram. Telegram is so famous for privacy. So how we guarantee our system is privacy? So we don't store any palm image in our server. The feature extraction is performed locally. And these patterns are invertible and encrypted, which means even a hack enter our server, they only get these patterns, and the pattern cannot cover back to the original image. 我用中文讲一遍，就是即使世界上最牛的黑客能进入我们的服务器，拿走我们所有的数据，他也不能够从这些数据中反推到用户的 palm 的数据。So our system was certificated by US certification SOC 2, the privacy and security certifications. So because of this privacy design, our system was trusted by some of the largest companies in the world, like Mastercard or something like that. As I stated, our system works on mobile, so we don't rely on any specific hardware. Traditional palm recognition, like Amazon One, they use this specific hardware, which is quite expensive, hard to scale. Our solution is the only solution in the world work on any mobile phone, any browser, any camera, which can be scaled to billions of users quickly. So how about the accuracy? So first of all, our system was certificated by eBeta biometric accuracy certifications. For face recognition, the error rate is 1 over 1 million. Use one palm, the error rate is 1 over 10 million, which means use one palm, we are 10 times more accurate than face recognition. But you know, everybody has one face, but we have 2 palms. If we combine 2 palms together, we can uniquely identify every individual in this world. So